Um, well, because I'm really too lazy to type a blog post out, I will instead make a video log. Yes! Vlogging. Today is August 15th. Um, to future Michael, slash people who may be watching this, why not? Um, Today basically we just had a little field trip to the earthquake center place. They taught us how to survive earthquakes and things. We then visited the what was the name of the place? I don't know, the die something, I don't know, place with the carts and the people and the craziness and the people, crazy people on the carts. Let me try and turn this on. Let's see how much better this works out for lighting wise on that once I finished. Anyway, yeah, so people, crazy people on the carts, like 3 people maybe got hurt. I don't know, I heard like 3 ambulances the whole time. Place was a giant freaking, like, mosh pit of people, like people, like, in, like, they had carts on the street with, like, delicious, delicious food. Yeah, they had this, like, beef on a stick thing, like, some sort of garlic sauce on it. Oh my gosh, like, oh, so good. Anyway, and because they had the carts on the streets, then the sidewalks were very narrow, and there were a lot of people trying to walk through everywhere. so, so what had happened was there were a lot of people bumping up against me, and a lot of people bumping up against each other, and a lot of aggressive grandmas trying to shove their way through the crowd, which thus forced me to shove up on the people in front of me, and Domino. But yeah, I mean, the place was nice. We got to visit the temple and shrine and things. Pictures on Facebook for future reference. Um, yeah, the place was really beautiful. On the way there, on the bus ride, I got a chance to sit next to the other Michael from HPU. Um, and it's funny, like, him and I, just things we have in common. Like, we're named Michael, we're from HPU, we're both Christian, and, like, I don't know, like, the guy's chill, like, I mean, he's already become, like, a good friend, you know? And, like, tomorrow we're gonna go check out this church in someplace in Shinsaibashi. Sorry, I just had to take a picture so that way I remembered what train and things to or subway to catch tomorrow, and monies and things. Anyway, but yeah, so I mean, yeah, we were talking story on the bus and kind of got a little bit about his background, just kind of where his family's at and how his effect on his family and his kind of history with his family. The same way I kind of talked to him and I was telling him about my family, my sisters, my mom, dad, kind of a little bit about grandma, kind of their history, and kind of their kind of yeah, and like how their um, how their walk with Christ was going, or lack thereof. Anyway, but yeah, so, I mean, the guy's chill. We were actually supposed to go clubbing tonight. Me and a few other guys from the apartment building, but like when we did after the whole like festival thing in the city, I was just dead tired, and I said like, "No, dude, I'm sorry, I can't go." Besides, like half of them were gonna go to some Oktoberfest thing and just drink and get drunk, and because that's what happens when you drink, you get drunk. but um, but yeah, so I decided against it. So now I'm sitting here, chilling, talking to a freaking camera. But I don't know. It was cool. It was chill. It was storming like Oh, before the storm. Okay, so we got out of the bus, right, and then we're walking back to the apartment, like, I don't know, in whatever group. And I don't know, I just kind of felt like chilling at the park because we usually walk through a park to get to the apartment. And so I was just chilling there. I don't know, doing not so cool things because I'm not so cool of a guy. When these two kids come up and they start, like, I don't know, they were messing around, like, kind of on the side, but then they came up to the sandbox by where I was chilling, and one of the kids throws a rock by me. So I look at it and I'm like, oh. So I pick it up and I look at him. I'm just like, oh, you know. So I toss it back at him, and he's like, ah. And then he drops it very clumsily. The kid was like adorable. It was two little Japanese boys, like maybe like 5 and 6 or so, very young, but very cute and innocent. And it was cool because like we were tossing rocks back and forth to each other. Like they would throw a rock at me and I would catch it and I would throw it back at them. And then they would look at it and they would try to catch it, but they would clumsily drop it. And it was just the most adorable thing. It was the most innocent thing. Um, yeah, and so I would try to talk to them in Japanese, but I noticed they wouldn't respond. And so then what happened was I noticed um, their speech wasn't very good. So I was a little curious. I was like, what's up? And so um, I saw him doing things with his hands. So I was like, is this kid deaf? You know, like I wasn't sure. And so afterward, I was trying to communicate with them. Like I had to leave. So since I was pretty sure they couldn't understand my words, I wrote the message out in hiragana on this little um like a platform thing. He did it earlier where he put sand on it. He tried to write something, so I did the same where I wrote out. I had like, oh uchi kaeru, like I'm returning home. So when I wrote that out, then he started doing like little sign languages with his hand, and I was just like blown away because the kid was just it was just the two kids, and they were hanging out with each other, and they were having so much fun, just being so joyful, and yet they're deaf, and they just didn't care. It was almost as if they didn't care about it at all, and I don't know. It was cute. It was cool. It was really something else. Yeah. Anyway, aside from that, the storm. I put the videos up on Tumblr for future reference. For if you ever feel like going back and watching it. Thunderstorms are really stinking cool. Like, they are so cool. Thunder is amazing. It's beautiful. Rain is amazing. Rain is beautiful. As long as you don't get sick. But yeah. Andrew and I, as we were walking to Japan after the rain passed by, we could still see and hear the thunder and the lightning, and it was the coolest thing. Like, I don't know, I'm not sure if I could ever like live here, where the weather is just so much more bipolar than it is in Hawaii. But I mean, it's definitely a good experience. So yeah. Mm, yeah. I don't really know what else to say. Um, yeah. Okay. I guess I'll turn this off now. I'll turn this off now. That was a terrible Russian accent. Why am I keep doing it? I don't know. I'm tired. Eyes. Good night, world.